Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Last time we continued our way through the Kirlsa Training Facility, which is a very large place. We're on the second floor here, and I backtracked off screen there, or in between episodes, to get back to the stairwell that we found on our way that leads to the next floor. So, just kind of make sure we get all the little bits of the map. And then they change the camera angle, and we come out at a weird angle, which of course makes me usually end up going straight back downstairs, which is never fun. Go. Now, I believe north is the way we want to head out of there, though I could be mistaken. It's been a long time. I've glanced at a couple of guides, or we could go in there, that would work. I believe we actually do want to go in here. There's a reasonable amount of stuff to do. Hey, look at that. We found a familiar friend. This one, I think, actually has a reason to fight him, or at least a reason to get the item from him, because it's a new type. Let's just see real quick.
What? An attack?
Whoa, we got new enemies. Let's avoid him for now. Be careful with these armor dudes, because they can break your guard relatively easily. And that's a waste. Okay, I'll let Quest handle the other guy. I was going to see what this guy would give me, but, Now, we're both on manual. Are you still going to try and give it to me? Nope. Yeah, oh well. Well, we got a silver idol from the effects of the bonus gauge anyway. It sells for quite a bit more than the copper idol that we got before from the other one, but it doesn't really work trying to farm them anymore, because one, you can't kill them fast enough, two, they show up with people, and it's just all around not a lot of fun. Now, let's go into all of these other ones over here, collect some more items. Who are these guys in here? Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of them if you want to try and farm. And after that battle that I didn't particularly want to be in, we learned Ice Blade with our level up there. I believe that is very similar to... oh, what is it? Got all that stuff. I don't need to fight the other one. I think that's similar to, what is it, Blazing Sword, or whatever the fire equivalent of is. It just basically imbues you with, you know, that element on your weapon. Not that that's really ever worthwhile doing. Except for certain boss fights, I would not recommend it. I think I've even shown it off in one boss fight. I don't think there's a lot of enemies, at least not off the top of my head, that will take any additional damage from ice. But I'm sure there's one or two along the way. Just not something that you'll use consistently. Get some more map here. Yeah, little tiny bits of percentage going up. Make sure we can get all of it. Very few percentage points on that side for some reason. Okay. I'm going to skip this guy for now. He shows up with the Black Knights occasionally. That's the word I was looking for. Ooh, this guy's big. Yeah, I would tend to avoid those guys. They're not a lot of fun. Yeah, good enough. Let's see here. There's another door, probably this one, that leads to an area that I do want to check out. It's actually the one I thought the last door led to, but I was wrong. Okay, let's see here. Looks the same, which is good, because this is what the area looks like that leads to the area that I want to go to. And of course we have these guys. These guys do tend to give good experience, so if you're in here to grind, even if you're not, you know, worried too much about losing your bonus gauge, or you don't have one, it's probably a good place to do it. They also will have the largest amount of, give you the highest battle bonus gauge charging percentage. If you recall, there was always a percentage in the top right corner if I didn't have the battle bonus gauge. Actually, I think it's there even if you do, but anyway, so yeah, there's that. So it'll charge faster when you fight them than most of the other enemies around here. But, you know, in turn, they're also one of the more difficult enemies to fight here. Sneak by. Want to be careful there. Like I said, I don't really feel like fighting them. Well, that was fast. There's just two of the fat dudes, the noblemen in that one, so I didn't even bother trying. I just went full bore and took them down in probably about 7 or 8 seconds. So yeah, I probably didn't even need to cut that battle out, but oh well. It is what it is, I guess. More work for me. Whoa! More work for me in editing. Okay. Let's see if we can get some treasure without running into any more of those guys. Probably not, but in that battle I actually learned, I got the, Jesus Christ. There we go. Take a run for it! I got the battle trophy for having 333 damage exactly. I did that with a sidekick, so another reason to use sidekick. You will tend to get more hits, which gives you a higher chance of getting some of those random number damage calculated things or whatever battle trophies for them. Now, like I was talking about a couple of episodes ago with the battle trophies themselves, trying to get a decent amount is recommended, just even if you're not going to try and get everything, but it is useful to try and get certain things with them, such as, you know, different difficulty modes and a healing point. That's the, no, you don't get that from doing anything with that, but yeah. Okay, let's see. We've got a couple of people in here to talk to, and they're actually kind of important. So if you do want to talk to them, make sure you get as much as the map as you can. Now, I thought there was a treasure chest in here, but I guess I'm mistaken. Anyway, let's talk to her. Hey, what do you want? Oh, take it. By all means. And we got the key. Talk to the daughter here. Oh no, that's the mother. It's a kitchen. Oh, cool. Well, of course not. We don't need to hurt anybody. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So yeah, it was the, Can I not talk to her anymore? No? There we go. Yeah, she's the daughter. She's the one that likes us, of course. Heal up again for no apparent reason. Save up real quick. Remember to turn on my damn timer. Alright, let's see here. Save over the oldest one. The thing with save states is I don't tend to use the actual save function of the game very often. Sure, there was another treasure around here somewhere. Oh well. Let's go this way. And of course there's another one of these guys. Why not? This one I may have to fight. Maybe. Sneak by him. Sucker. Yeah, I'm avoiding encounters right now. It just makes the editing process easier. And with triple experience on, you don't need to fight every single enemy. Though apparently you do have to fight that guy. Just because, you know, the game doesn't like me. Alright, after that battle, Cliff leveled up. And learned new Fiery Tackle. A rushing attack. I'm not a big fan of this. Both this and Electric Fists are not really my favorites. I prefer using attacks that can attack from range, because Electric Fist really isn't that effective. I've had it on for a little while now, and I'm really not a fan of it, so I'm just going to throw increase HP on there. And I want to go here. Then we got First Aid, which is better than Standby Healing, in my opinion. Chance of recovering HP when damage is taken, better than standing around, especially when we don't stand around, and the amount of HP you get from standing around is negligible at best. And throw a critical hit on there as well. Might So we'll level those both up. Now, in a previous battle, I learned, or in a previous level up, I learned Berserk for Cliff. Now, I'm not going to get into this right now because it isn't really pertinent, but it is there, and I will use it eventually. Just get a couple of those going. There we go. One other thing to note, where is it? I think it's under valuables? No. Where is it? Here we go. The textbooks that we've been getting. I mistakenly assumed earlier in the game that these taught this ability to somebody, a specific character. You just need to hold it in your inventory, and it gives you the ability for all your characters to have that particular ability. So I got the homing one in this area, which means I now have access to the homing ability. Now, what this does is it sends an aura of damage instead of stun. I prefer stun myself, but both of them are equally fine. If you do the one that does damage, it tends to knock the enemy down, which is why I don't like it, as opposed to the stun, which just stuns the enemy in place, allowing you to beat the crap out of them. Can't really fight them on the ground. Alright, let's, where was I? Oh, I was trying to avoid this guy. So yeah, without that key that we got from the girl in the kitchen there, we could not proceed much further than we have already. So make sure you get that key. That will be very helpful. And you'll of course want to go into every other random door that we find, because we want to get stupid noblemen. Always worried about their money. Well, looks like we got some more of these guys to deal with. Hopefully I can avoid them. Make sure you don't forget about this chest in here. Yes, we get a steel gauntlet here. I could have avoided buying one if that was the case, but you just get it so late in here that it really is worthwhile getting it when you're out there, as opposed to, you know, going through the effort to, well, saving stupid nobleman again. Oh well. Yeah, so I don't want to fight every single enemy. It gets tedious. Alright, let's see here. I've not been in this one. So let's go in this one here. Again, we have another hidden treasure chest in here. That guy will get out of my way, thank you. Then we'll have another one here. Blackberries, which I don't need. Blackberries, not so important early game. Late game, it will become a little more important. Kind of like the other game there. We already went into that one. Now, let's see if I can get by that guy there. Okay. Looks like we're closing in on the end of this area here. Got the vast majority of it out of the way anyway. Though there is definitely going to be a bunch of stuff that we can't actually do, as you've seen. There are treasure chests that we don't have access to yet because they're hidden behind debris and boxes and other weird stuff. Just make sure to get all the little minute percentages. This way. There we go. Now, if I recall correctly, yeah, I think what we have to do with that key is go back to the first floor. And I'm gonna have to, I want to go heal up off screen, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'll meet you down where we can actually make use of the key. Okay, we're back. We're actually back on the first floor. The door to the upper left there was the one that closed itself behind us, and the little spot on the little pedestal or whatever it is in the middle to the left area of the screen there at the top, that one leads out of the area. So we're back on the first floor, and in order to proceed we need to have the key and go in here.
Over there.
Oh, look who's back.
It's Nell.
This is bad. They've got her cornered.
Not really. I think
Gotta
she
help.
has them cornered.
Let's do it.
Fate! Cliff! What are you doing here?
That can wait until later.
We're here to help.
Okay.
No problem.
Whatever.
Now, was she... Was she really going to have a problem with these guys? My test off-screen went even easier than that did.
Know your enemy before you strike
Oh,
the
well, at
first.
least we got Nell back, so that's good. Yeah, not really a challenge, are they?
Why did you come? If you'd gone to Aquios, you would have been free.
We know. Claire told us.
So why then?
Nell, weren't you charged with bringing us to Aquios? How could you neglect your duty?
Yeah, what he said. Besides, I didn't appreciate the fact you left without saying goodbye.
She did say goodbye.
Claire,
She came and bowed to
We'll
you.
give you a piece of our minds later. Let's rescue Tynaeve and Farlene first.
Makes sense.
With the three of us, we won't even break a sweat.
This is true. Actually, the boss around here is not particularly easy.
Thanks, guys.
Not particularly hard either, just tedious. Anyway, with that being said, we can now use the key, which unlocks this door and allows us through. And now we have access to the elevator. Now the elevator gives us access to a bunch of other stuff. So we want to take a look. Let's go to the second floor first. Basically, this allows us a little more exploration. Now, unfortunately, because Nell was gone, she's drastically lower level than everyone else now. But as you've noticed around here, we gain quite a bit of experience, so she'll catch up before long. Again, we get a long dagger, but I figure we might as well. Well, in that case, I probably didn't have to buy that for her. I just didn't look ahead enough. We also got the steel chainmail that I bought for her, which again was probably more expensive. I'm going to give her the symbol of courage. Adds 1 to the battle bonus gauge increase. Basically, I guess it's an extra 10% maybe. I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, these two items are pretty much what I would want on my characters. Oh boy, they're not the same on both people. I gotta change that. My OCD will go nuts. Anyway, with that being said, let's just check her skills real quick. She's on Shadow Wave. She still doesn't have anything useful there. Can't level up any of those yet. Yeah, pretty much fine where she is. I may go and level her up a little bit off screen. We'll see, depending on how well my test run of the boss goes. Here we have some more treasure. Let's get that. A worm-eaten tome, and compounding elixirs that I don't care for yet. Now let's check a look at the tome there. Oh, that's attack symbols. We already had one of those. It's hard to remember which tomes I get, considering I don't pay attention. Now, as you can see here, do not go through that door. We've been to that area before. This door locks. So if you do that, you'll have to run all the way back to the first floor and get to the elevator all over again. It is not a lot of fun. So, don't do it. Anyway, let's see if we can get some more. Yeah, there's nothing here, just map completion. Kind of unfortunate, but oh well. And the fourth floor. Not a whole lot of extra to do, but it gives us some more of the map percentage, and it gets us some other stuff too, some items and all that. But we're closing in on boss time. Not quite yet, but it's definitely closing in shortly. Can't remember if it's just through that one. It might be. I hope it's not, because I want to explore a little bit more today. Get around, thank you. We got up to 90%. I don't know if we have enough to finish it. I'm going to check to see if this triggers the next sequence, because if it does, I'll stop here. Okay, we can go through here. I just wanted to double check, made a little save state there so that I wouldn't screw it up. I should have known because there wasn't a save point yet. So yeah, going out here, that initiates the next sequence there. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Next time, we will see if we can finally free Tynaeve and Farlene, and free her from her captors, which are probably Shelby and soldiers? Because they said Albel's not coming. And that guy scares me a lot more than Shelby does. But anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.